Hey, how's everybody doing? My name is Boneclown. Today we'll be discussing the OB68 and 69 Paladin updates. Before we begin, I must let you know, I will be breaking down any theories and speculations I had prior to this trailer coming out based on characters as we learn of them. So as we saw today, or yesterday to be more specific, on most of Paladin's social media accounts we were given a little 2-minute intro to the new siege modes that will be coming along with the map Ascension Peak.
This is Ascension Peak, for it was here that Genos stepped into the sky and became one with the cosmos.
From Genos' hero launch trailer, we saw that he had the capability to access the cosmos at will. We had initially thought, well, I had initially thought, that he was just another champion in the realm.
Centuries passed as the faithful searched the stars, whispering that Genos lived in the night sky. Most thought them mad. Many hopeful pilgrims arrived. Lost souls, forever wishing they too could leave their pasts behind.
So initially it was stated that he is just another champion of the realm. However, with this trailer, it shows that with what his title, The Ascended meant, was that he left the regular human plane in the realm itself and became essentially a god to them, or had achieved a higher plane of existence.
Until a broken soldier witnessed the impossible.
Previously, I had speculated that Genos and Buck were actually intertwined, because after Genos himself had been released, a short while later, say 2 to 3, maybe 5 patches later, say around 60, at 60, Buck had received a graphical update that had changed his regular healing circle into the symbol which Genos himself uses, the constellation on the lotus.
The Ascended returned. Genos revealed what he had seen among the stars.
Once returned, we see Genos share his knowledge with what I assumed was the only person around at the time. Even as an Ascended, I think the knowledge that he had gained was too overwhelming for him to even comprehend himself. So he chose to give Buck access to the cosmos' knowledge. This is where I think Buck learned how to self-heal, which is not a thing a lot of other flanks have in their arsenal.
The countless wonders, the unimaginable power, and a darkness that would one day threaten the realm.
From here on, we learn more about the realm's war that has been going on for quite some time. Maybe even before Genos had ascended, this war had initially started, thus prompting him to leave the realm to achieve the higher plane. The way that it is set up, it makes it seem like Genos was someone known beforehand, and when he did finally ascend, he had achieved something that many have known of, but were unable to accomplish.
The Ruby Throne Room was abuzz with the news. Genos had returned.
Enemy killing spree.
While her court gossiped, Leon.
Here we learn a bit more about the ruling class of the realm, the Ruby Court, or of House Ico if you wish. Leon is the scion of. Now the meaning of scion itself is the descendant of a notable family. With that meaning, I think it's clear to say that Leon isn't the ruling family in the kingdom or the realm, but she is a family with power as well as a sizable army.
Spoke in hushed tones with a hulking figure. Calm.
And finally, we meet Khan, the new frontline coming in OB69. The new, soon to be Big Daddy of Paladin. Are you taking in the size of this man? He's a walking house.
The Primus of House Icon.
Now, Hi-Rez might have inadvertently given us a hint of his title, which will be coming in with him. The Primus of House Ico.
The general of its armies, and chief advisor to the Ruby Throne.
Now, it does follow up with stating that he is the general of the army, the Ruby army to be more specific, and the right hand and advisor to House Ico. Now, earlier I did state that, House Ico might just be a notable family in the kingdom. With this, it does make it seem like they are quite substantial to the kingdom's survival itself, with him being the general of the Ruby Kingdom's army.
If Genos could be convinced to join the Magistrate's armies, Leon could end this war. A victory that would give House Ico more power than ever before.
To me, this scene here says a lot of what will be coming with the siege mode. If you take a look at how the army's laid out, it is as if they will be attacking in waves, because they're lined up in an army, or like a marching platoon lineup, where they'll be sending wave after wave after wave of either grunts or little minions, not minions per se, but some sort of disposable foot soldiers to attack Ascension Peak in order to get Genos to join their army. In which case, that might be classified as a loss, because I think we would be on the side of Genos. Or actually, maybe you may be allowed to even choose which side you want to fight for.
The siege nears. Khan rallies his forces to battle, leading House Ico's royal guard to recruit the so-called god. And Khan does not take no for an answer.
And finally, at the end, we see Khan and Genos confront each other, which might indicate the end of the siege, where the two main AIs, or like the two faction leaders, were to come and confront each other and duke it out. Then the video wraps up with an outro. And we're given the final release date for Khan, which would be patch OB69. There were a few more Khan related tidbits with, all of Genos as well. On their Twitter, you can find a image of Khan, or what I can assume is Khan's hand, because it is a golden glove, crushing one of Genos' helmets. Now, we're not sure if that indicates, Genos was actually defeated by Khan, which would then make him stronger, or maybe even a higher tier champion, hero, whatever it is that they're classified as in the realm, than even Genos, who was ascended. So maybe Khan himself is some sort of in-realm deity. We don't have any facial images of him. We only have him in his armor and glowing eyes. And not a lot of people in the realm have glowing eyes, as far as we've seen with, other promo trailers or other even in-game content that we currently have. So there's still a lot to be discussed when it comes to Khan and Genos' relationship. And with that, there's also a lot to discuss when it comes to Leon and Genos' relationship. Because if Khan were to infiltrate the Ascension Peak, that would mean that would he have to join the Magistrate's army? Or would he still be on the Paladins side? There is a lot to discuss when it comes to the possibilities. And those would be all the theories, speculations I can come up with based on just the information in this video that we have received. Now, I have been a long time Paladins player, and I have much more deeper lores, relationships, and faction breakdowns that we plan for later on. However, for now, I think we've covered a lot of ground for what will be released in OB68 and 69. The new siege mode will be released in 68, give you enough time to practice, and then Khan himself will descend upon the realm. What he brings with him, no one truly knows besides those in Hi-Rez, and they've been rather tight-lipped about him. They release a couple voice lines, maybe a couple of sketches, but other than that, they've been very, very good at keeping him a secret. So we just have to wait and see what they plan. I hope it's something good. Until next time,